Trini Ken back in here with a new message. I'm just gonna elaborate on the last message, but first, Crystal Clear Uni for the t-shirts, the custom jewelry, the ebooks. What else? All kind of other stuff on there. You guys check it out. Crystal with a C, Claire with a K, Uni with a U.com. Crystal Claire Uni. So I'm not gonna keep elaborating because I feel like a lot of people are not getting this through their head yet. As a male, you need to understand you are the catch. Regardless of what society wants to tell you, regardless of what you're seeing on the internet, as a male, you are the catch. Most males, they don't practice abstinence. They don't want to try to learn themselves, to better themselves. So then when they find the person who they believe is for them, they have to have that person fit into the mold. A lot of times when like people who are not whole are in relationships, they tend to give so much more than they should to somebody. And the main reason this is because you feel like you're going to miss out if this person pulls away from you. When in reality, as a male, you need to understand that you will always have more options than females due to the fact that there's more females on the earth than males. No, I'm not telling you go out there and fuck everything that walks, but I am letting you know that it is okay to have standards, because as a male, you should have standards. You shouldn't go out there bagging everything that walks. One, there's diseases out there. Two, a lot of people don't believe this, but like when somebody has a lot of bodies and you sleep with this person, regardless if it's with a condom or not, you will pretty much take on the bodies that this person has been with. And it's kind of like a spiritual thing. So when you think about it, like for instance, you're sleeping with somebody and they call you the wrong name, and then you get upset. That's okay. This all makes sense. But they should let you know that the person you're sleeping with, the best sexual pleasure that they got, or best pleasure they got, was with this person. So no matter what, in their head, when they close their eyes and they're fantasizing, they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about somebody else that has given them the best, whatever, head, strokes, whatever you want to call it. As a male, you need to understand that it is quality over quantity. A lot of people tend to flex like when they're out, they're with all these chicks, or they just slept with somebody. Like, it's very interesting the way that the culture is today, because what I always say is what's secret is sacred. So whoever you're messing with, whoever you're sleeping with, nothing has to be posted to Instagram or TikTok or whatever to like show that, you know, like you're being owned. As a male, you shouldn't ever want or feel the need to be owned or to be showed off in social media. That's more like a female thing. It's more like a female tendency where they'll be like, oh, so like, why don't you post me on the gram? You have a bunch of hoes. When a chick asks you these different questions, like, do you have a bunch of hoes? You should always say yes. So she should understand that she needs to play her part in the process instead of you playing the part in her flunked out process. Shout out to D-Lo for the word flunk, because without him, I wouldn't say the word flunked. I would use the F word. But this is what it comes down to. As a male, too, we need to understand that the ball will always be in our court. We live in a day and age where a lot of people get somebody's number and they're quick to text them. Don't text them right away. Take time to either write out a good message to this person or just write to them in a few days. Most people are intrigued with the mystery of not being written back to right away. It's interesting. It's weird. It's part of the game. But if you want to keep whoever you're talking to interested, you got to play the game where you respond back to them how to respond back to you. Or you respond back to them in a few days. And if they lose interest and if your intentions were pure, then it is what it is. Block the number and keep moving forward. Another thing that males can practice is not lusting. I know it sounds like it's like an impossible thing due to the fact that everybody has their ass and titties out these days, but you don't have to look at everybody. Just pretend like whenever you walk into a store and like something's there with a fat ass or something's there like half naked, you don't have to always look at it. You can glance like this, or you can just walk straight ahead and continue about your day. When you don't give women this validation that like they so yearn for, this is mainly when they're gonna double back and look at you and be like, why are they not looking? My whole ass is out. And if you're a man of standards, you understand that you can't be caught outside with somebody who can't represent you in the way that you want to be represented. So pretty much, you can't be out here with somebody who has their ass out. That's not a good representation of you. Like everybody literally looking at the person you're with their ass out. Now tell me, does that make sense to you? No, because if it's quote unquote your girlfriend or your whatever, they'll have enough respect for you to cover up when they're outside. Like a lot of times, I see it all the time. A lot of males like they're with somebody, and like even when they go out, the male will dress normal, and the female will dress still like a hoe. So in my head, it's kind of like she has no respect for you. Her Instagram probably looks crazy, and her DMs look like everybody jumped out the window. When I say jumped out the window, it means that there's a lot of people just jumping at her in her DMs. That's the message, guys. Remember, you are the catch. Remember to have standards. Remember to take time to learn oneself. Remember that if you don't put in the time to learn yourself, you'll just be going around this whole entire earth confused. You'll go around chasing women if you don't figure out exactly what your purpose is. And that's the message for today, guys. I love you guys. Remember, also, you are the seeds that you water.